MSB here, and today I'm going to show you how to get started in the Hex Shards of Fate trading card game without having to spend any real money. That's right, Hex can now be free to play. The Hex TCG has two different modes of playing, player versus player and the new single player solo mode, also referred to as PvE, which is totally free. After creating an account at the Hex website in the link below, log into the game. You'll be offered a choice of starter decks. If you want to follow this guide, choose the Dwarven starter deck. This isn't mandatory though, as you can build tons of different variants off of these starter decks, but I found the Dwarf deck the simplest and cheapest to upgrade. Once in game, play through the tutorial to get a feel for the interface if this is your first time playing Hex. I also have two videos linked here, which go over everything from turn order to advanced priority interactions to help you understand how to play. Next, complete the 5 starter trial challenges found here. These will provide you with some extra cards and, more importantly, some gold, the in-game currency. If you're having trouble using the Dwarven starter deck, there will be some sample gameplay later in this video. Now, here's where Hex is different than collectible card games that just throw packs at you because you can't trade your cards anyway. Hex has an in-game auction house where you buy and sell cards for gold or platinum, the purchasable currency. This means your collection in Hex can have real value. If you ever get a chase card or a piece of equipment, you can sell it. This auction house is how you get cards from actual other people in addition to buying packs or winning cards from PvE encounters. You can even trade or sell to people in-game using the mail system. The best part is you can sell PvE cards and equipment for gold or platinum, and then use that to buy PvP cards and packs, which can let you draft or compete in constructed tournaments for even bigger prizes. But let's stick to the auction house for now. With your newly won gold, you'll want to look for the following cards. Focus on buying up the cheaper common cards, the ones with the white rarity symbol first. Hex has a very deep card pool for only 2 sets, so there is lots of fun to be had with just common cards. Here is the final deck you're trying to create. The champion is Bertram Cragraven, and the deck has 4 Charge Bots, 4 Construct Foremans, 4 Construction Plans Hornet Bot, 4 Construction Plans Warhulk, 4 Crackling Bolts, 4 Electroids, 4 Gearsmiths, 3 Pterobots, 4 Reactor Bots, 2 Scrap Welders, with 12 Sapphire Shards and 11 Ruby Shards. It's a Rock League deck, which is a community-run tournament where you can only include 4 uncommon cards in the deck. The rest are common. This deck was piloted by Shrin and placed top 8 in Season 3 of the Rock League, which means that, perhaps with a bit of tinkering, you'd be ready to participate in the next season of the Rock League if tournaments are your thing. Bonus! But it's not PvP time on this guide. Now it's time to head into Hex's new solo PvE free-to-play content, the Frost Ring Arena. The arena allows people to play matches against a rotating set of computer opponents with a ramping level of difficulty. By winning, you earn special cards usable only in PvE, equipment, which are items you can attach to your character that unlock new features and abilities on cards in PvE, and, most importantly for the free-to-play player, more gold so you can keep expanding your collection. The best part is that you don't need to wait for daily quests or energy points to refill. You can play the arena whenever you want, for as long as you want, all for free. Now let's toss it over to the in-game commentary of a later arena match to give you an idea on how the finish deck actually works. Okay, against the Paladin of Nagan. The Paladin of Nagan, you really have to stay ahead on life. I will play first. Always good to play first. Well, almost always. Let's see here. This is looking great. Give me some resources. Ugh. Single Ruby Shard. Okay, I can take a mulligan on this. I can't keep a 1-shard hand at 7 cards. I mean, it was really close. Ruby, any resources? Any? Oh, no. Okay, let's see what we get on 5. You almost have to keep 5. Okay. Well, you know, all things considered. Yeah, it's still only 1 resource, so I probably should have kept the 7, but that's not a bad 1 resource hand. I can do a lot with this hand. And all I really need to do is draw a Sapphire, because I'm going to put out a Charge Bot. If I draw a Sapphire next turn, then that means that I get the Hornet Bot on the following turn, 2 turns from there. So, Paladin of Nagan, you have to stay ahead on the life race because the Paladin's charge power is for 1 blood threshold, 1 diamond threshold, and 3 charges. He permanently gives a troop he controls +X+X, where X is the amount of health that he has more than you. So if you're at 15 health and he's at 20, and he uses his hero power, he gives one of his troops a permanent +5/+5. Oh, jeez. See, I should have been focusing my will on getting that Sapphire to get me across the line there for that Sapphire, but no dice. Well, I'll attack in, so at least I'm ahead on the life game. And yeah, gotta play on my other charge bot. Because it doesn't make sense to play a construction plans yet. I may as well try and do a couple of points of damage until he actually gets something out. Because I need to maintain that life lead so his hero power is worthless. Paladin again has lots of really nasty cards. Lots of life drain and stuff, so it gets difficult to keep a hold of him. Come on, here we go. Sapphire resource. That's disappointing. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. This deck can do a lot on 2 resources. So we're gonna play out Hornet Bot because I need to get this 2/1 going. So I didn't attack with either of my charge bots, so that way I can fuel the construction plans next turn. So that way I'll have a 2/1 flyer in case he brings out a blocker this turn. Now, if you're new to using this type of deck, one of the things that you want to keep in mind... okay, third blood. One of the things you want to keep in mind is always proceed to the end phase, and then in the end phase, use the construction plans to then exhaust the dwarves and robots. You want to use the construction plans efficiently, so you want to make sure that you don't exhaust the dwarves and robots right away. Can you imagine what it must be like? Well, depending on how the... Oh my gosh. So here is an example of a challenge. At any time during one of these matches in one of the arena games, a challenge can present itself. Oh, and a Ruby Shard. This is devastating. Okay, well at least it's the second resource, so I can charge bot and construction plans. I'm layering on things. So I'm gonna attack with 1, 2, the Hornet Bot. Let's go through and hit those guys. So the challenges are random things that make the match more difficult or more complex. So he's got a 5/5 that can't block. So that fits him perfectly, because if he gets ahead on life, like right now if he hits me, and I go down to 15, and he's at 16, and then he uses his hero power, at that point, he gets a 6/6, because it's a +1/+1 for free. So I've got the chump block. So what I'll be doing is showing you a good example of how to efficiently use the construction plans. You wait for him to declare combat, then what you do is you assign a blocker, because here's his hero power. I can't let him get ahead of me in life. So I assign a blocker, block. I allow the priority to go until deal combat damage. Then I select the construction plans, select the charge bot. It exhausts the charge bot before the damage is dealt. Damage is dealt, I've been able to block, and I get a counter on my construction plans. And this is an example of the Paladin of Necropolis of one of the really nasty cards that Paladin of Dagon uses. It's a 1/4 life drain, and if let me go ahead and use this one. So I'm exhausting in my end phase to bring out another Hornet Bot. So if the Paladin of the Necropolis ever gets one of the buffs from the hero power, the game is basically over, because it just fuels him and fuels him and fuels him. Well, you know, it's not too bad to get a third Hornet Bot. I mean, I'd love to get a Sapphire so I can start bringing out other things, but I'm going to end up having 3 flyers to do 6 damage, and I can keep chump blocking for at least another couple of turns. So this should get me well ahead of the health race. So let's put that out there. I'll be able to charge it up. I'm going to use the exact same trick, so I'll show you again how you use the construction plans. Notice, after I play it, I do not immediately exhaust my robots or dwarves. I wait either until the blocking phase or until the end phase. there's a trick to that because that means you have to remember. So that's where it's dangerous, because if you forget in the end phase, then you just wasted the time. So here we go. I'm going to chump block again, the 5/5, because I can't let him get ahead of me in life. Then it assigns the blockers. I use my construction plans. Target the Charge Bot, accept. Charge Bot exhausts, gives me a token. I successfully block the Headless Executioner, and I've got one of the tokens. Let's see what he plays. Another Paladin of the Necropolis. Okay, this is getting dangerous. I need to draw a Sapphire here. Okay, so let me go ahead and now in the end phase, exhaust my other Charge Bot. That gives me a third Hornet Bot. So I'm going to be doing 6 damage. He's going to be healing 2 from those 2 Paladins. So hopefully I draw a Sapphire here. Come on, Sapphire. Sapphire, here we go. Yes! There we go. So because now I'm going to have chump blockers for days. Throw out my Gearsmith. Let's dig and see if I can get something nice like a like an Electroid or a Construction Plants Warhulk or oh, Reactor Bot's better than nothing. Yep. And that can lead to some good offense. You know, maybe a couple finishing blows. So toss that out too. Why not? And then what I'm also going to be able to do is use my hero power now, so I can actually, if he exhausts out, if he attacks with everything, then I can start attacking with my little 1/1s. So I'm going to attack with my 3 flyers. 6 damage. That brings him down to 7. This is actually a pretty good position, all things considered. I mean, having that challenge come up was ridiculous, especially when we don't have any Sapphire. So let me go ahead and create a Worker Bot. So now this will be my chump blocker, and next turn I'll be able to create another chump blocker for that 5/5, so I can stay ahead of the life race. I won't block the Paladins of Necropolis because there's no point in doing that, because he just killed the troop. He's going to life drain from me anyway. Go ahead and take the 2 life. Yep, go ahead. Let's see what he does. Ooh, he didn't attack. He threw out another Paladin of the Necropolis. I think that was a bit of a misplay with the Headless Foreman. Headless Executioner, I mean. Okay, let's see what we get. We get... Warhulk? Well, that's okay. I'm still going to attack with all 3 of my Hornet Bots because I am close to winning here. I don't think he keeps any Sorrows in his deck. I can't win right now, but I can mostly charge a Warhulk. So even if he attacked, let's wind it back for just a second. Even if he attacked with the Headless Executioner, it wouldn't have mattered. I would have chump blocked, and it wouldn't have put me at any disadvantage. I would have still had 3 troops on the board, able to chump block more. And then here, create another one. So yeah, this is going to be a win unless he brings out something like a Sorrow, which is amazing for, you know, mulliganing down to 5 cards, keeping only 1 ruby. That's not too bad at all. This deck can really come from behind with bad hands. Like, you don't need to have an optimal hand for this one. Like 1, 2 resources, a couple of plans, a couple of 1-cost troops. Yeah, that'll help you a lot, buddy. Back to pain, lose 2 life. Do it. I dare you to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will now have enough to, in my end phase again. This will be the last time you're going to be able to see this, because I think I'm going to kill him here. Remember, in your end phase, remember to use your construction plans, so that way you can keep your blockers through your opponent's attacker phase. And it also makes the robot that spawns not able to be targeted by basic action, because it won't be your opponent's turn. So that's the other advantage. So proceed to my attack. Let's go ahead and finish this off with the challenge completed. What? You want a Headless Executioner? You want a 5/5? That's fine. Go ahead and take it. You still can't beat me, son. What? And here he's gonna block, but I don't really care. He could block, even if he blocked with all the 3 Paladins, it wouldn't matter, because that would have been plus 3 health. He would have gone up to 4. I still would have done 6. Not a problem. Amazing. Amazing. And that's how you use the Dwarf Robot deck efficiently. As you get farther and farther in the arena, you'll earn greater rewards, which will let you increase your PvE card collection, and also give you new interesting deck types to work on as you get new and rarer equipment drops. In addition, after you've finished any match, you can quit out, and the game will save your progress, which means you can fight one boss, take a break, come back and fight again. Playing the PvE experience is totally on your time, for as long as you want, whenever you want. When you build up gold, you can head back to the auction house and flesh out this deck with more uncommons or rares, or you can start working on another deck built around your newly earned PvE cards. Check out the link in the description below to see more Rock League decks you can work on, and of course, be sure to stay tuned to my channel as I'll be releasing more videos which showcase different types of PvE decks that are a blast to play. The Hex PvE experience has only just started, with character and account customization, tons of single-player dungeons, and even multiplayer raids for us to look forward to in the future. So be sure to start working on your collection now with this easy startup guide to make sure you have lots of options as Hex continues to grow. And, as always, I'm MSB, wishing you good games and good times.